Time's up. Let's do this.
To the Legends Tournament. This is the Grand Finals for Legends 3. And this is also Season 5 August, by the way. So that said, the players in this tournament have made Legend rank back in August in Rank Play Season 5, and they are also invited by the Southeast Asian Legends Invitational to this tournament, and that is hosted by Hearthstone Southeast Asia. We have a best of 5 single elimination format today with a bronze match in the background. So joining you today as your host is me, Babael, and joining me is Katips. Hope you guys enjoy this stream and cast. We're going to be back with the next game real soon, and in fact it's the grand finals, so it's an all Malaysian showdown. Effectively, we're looking at iambiscuit from Malaysia up against ChongGEr from Malaysia. So there's Malaysians just popping out of nowhere over the course of last month Legends tournament. I think last month the last Legends tournament was won by Live for Life. He walked away with $300. Today we're giving $450 to these Malaysians. So they are really a force to be reckoned with, and that's a huge message that they're sending to the C scene. That's it, Katips. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing quite well, very excited. You know, the day kind of went by quite fast. We're actually in their grand finals now, and yeah, I can't wait to see. I mean, ChongGEr did a 3-0 on Waning Moon, and iambiscuit had to get through a very difficult match in Staz, and Waning Moon and Staz are going to be playing in the background for bronze place, and I am excited to see now how they play against each other. They are, of course, as you mentioned, both Malaysian. They are from the same community, possibly training buddies. So I am excited to see how they play out against each other. That said, let's just review what they are bringing into the grand finals. For ChongGEr, it's Hunter, Mage, Shaman, or Warlock, and for iambiscuit, it's Mage, Rogue, Warrior, or Warlock. So quite similar sets of decks. I'm curious to see what they ban from each other.
Yep.
So, and spoiler, they both ban Hunter.
But it seems like the bans were wrong.
Okay.
Seems like iambiscuit doesn't play Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Mage, Rogue, Warrior, Warlock. Right, so pretty interesting turn of events there. But definitely some crazy stuff happening. So now they are gonna do the bans all over again. Hopefully it's gonna be pretty simple this time around. Alright, he bans Warlock. So Warlock being banned on iambiscuit's side and Hunter being banned on ChongGEr's side. We've only seen Hunter in that semifinals up against Waning Moon. Huge upset. Waning Moon ended the season as the top player from Southeast Asia, but unfortunately he's not able to do the same here for the Legends tournament. ChongGEr now is going to lead the fray up against iambiscuit with Mage, Shaman, Warlock. iambiscuit will be playing his Mage, Rogue, Warrior. So almost similar decks there for the Mage. For the other two, Shaman and Warlock up against Rogue and Warrior. Who do you favor in this matchup?
I am not actually sure. I'm not that familiar. I don't have much experience with the new Mage and the new Shaman, so that's news to me, and I haven't seen much of Rogue myself, so let's see. I mean, okay, how about who are we rooting for? What's your prediction for this season?
I would say iambiscuit's gonna storm ChongGEr.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, I am all in on ChongGEr then. I am convinced by his Hunter, performance.
Which has been banned, by the way.
Which has been banned, but it is still, I mean, both of these players had to go through a pretty stacked bracket to get to this point. So I am fully appreciative of the fact
You
that both of them
sound
are in the
shaky.
grand finals. I'm not shaky. Big confidence. Let's go, ChongGEr. You are my huffer for today.
Okay, it sounded so wrong, but right. So we have Katips rooting for ChongGEr, and I'll be rooting for iambiscuit, of course. Some shoutouts happening here on the stream. They're using the chat box to shout out. How cute is that?
That's very cool. Shout out to, Malaysian players. You have your grand finals. Quite exciting to see this, and we are going to see Control Warrior versus the new Shaman. So have you? I don't know if you've seen. Do you know what the new Shaman is like?
No, I've not seen the new Shaman. I'm not a Shaman player myself, that's why.
So it's actually I haven't played it myself and I haven't played against it, but it is there's a new shaman going around where it has 2 lava bursts and 2 doom hammers. And then everything else is just pretty standard with some variation. Like some of them run Ragnaros, some of them run Halakir, but I think the core finishers at the moment are 2 lava bursts and 2 doom hammers. So what do you think about that?
Very spelly, very bursty.
Yeah.
Definitely they are lacking in terms of minions, but we'll see. And I'd like to see if this is that lava burst shaman. There is 1 lava
Yes.
burst in the hand there for ChongGEr already. Do note ChongGEr is the top half of this map. The flags are the same because they're from the same country. iambiscuit is going to be the warrior all the way down here at the bottom of this board. We're going to be watching this game from his perspective because ChongGEr lacks a lot. So yeah. No
Whoa,
secrets there.
tech card. Hello, Harrison Jones coming now for iambiscuit. So I have a feeling if this is a double doom hammer, he is going to be ready for it.
Right,
So how
right.
do you like this early play now for iambiscuit?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, iambiscuit is in a pretty good position to establish the board. For ChongGEr, nothing much there yet.
I like iambiscuit just highlighting his Harrison Jones right there for a few seconds, as if to show us he knows what's up. Maybe he might be ready for ChongGEr if this is the new meta shaman.
And I do agree. ChongGEr is just going in ballsy and albeit a little bit confused, I think. This is a control warrior for sure. The opening cards in his hand here don't look fantastic.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's gonna find some synergy halfway through the mines somewhere. But therefore you can see that his Unbound Elemental already gone now. It's pretty clear he was gonna play Feral Spirit, so I think that iambiscuit knows about that as well. Might be an early brawl, don't like that, but hopefully iambiscuit's gonna have some other way to deal with those Fair Hounds.
So if you take the standard, like, you know how the shaman has the usual 16 spells and then the finisher is just different. How do you feel about the general shaman, mid-range shaman matchup versus warrior? Do you think that shaman has enough removals to deal with the late game threats of warrior, or do you think it can run out of steam?
It can run out of steam. Simply because let's leave aside those finishing combos with Leeroy and whatnot, so maybe even Fire Elemental, Rock Biter. Let's leave all of those Elder business out for a while and examine the removal amount of cards that, as in the amount of removal cards that Shaman has. It only boils down to 2 Hex, it boils down to 2 Earth Shock, and that's it.
And
Nothing
some
else.
lightning Storm not as effective against warrior because the minions are too beefy.
Right, I'm talking about one-on-one, not so much on board clear, because Warrior don't even care much about flooding the board, right? That is only good against Warlock. So, Lava Burst as well, but Lava Burst has Overload, so it's a very, very expensive card that you want to use on the phase or only in desperate situations. So let's count 2 Lava Bursts as well. That's 6 card. And if you look at the amount of cards that the Control Warrior has in terms of threats, it's straight out the 4 legendary, the 4 kings there. You have got the Grommash, you've got Electraza, you've got the Ragnaros as well as Baron Geddon. Those 4 kings are very stable. And maybe even more stuff like Kane Bloodhoof. What are you going to do with that, right? And Harrison
Sylvanas.
Jones, pretty beefy. Sylvanas, maybe even Black Knight. So this is known as the legendary showcase deck, where you have so many legendaries that your opponents just get confused, right? So with so little answers, so as to speak, even Earthshock is not going to deal much against Ragnaros, right? So we know that. You have effectively just 4 cards to deal with so many big, beefy, tanky beefcakes. So I think that I would favor the Warrior matchup a little bit better, but there is one scenario which the Shaman can step out ahead, and that is with the Unbound Elemental snowballing along with the Fire Elemental in the early gameplay, with a little bit extra help from those Flame Tongue Totem, all of which I think are absent in this game, so I'm ruling this in favor for iambiscuit so far, but misplays are bound to happen somewhere along the line, so maybe we might not see what I expect to see.
And also, iambiscuit does have Brawl, so even if ChongGEr decides to flood his board again and possibly push out another Feral Spirit later in the game, trying to protect it with taunts and other, maybe a Sludge Belcher, Brawl is going to get a lot of value for iambiscuit. So, yeah. So there is a lot of threats. Like you said, very few cards that can deal completely with all of the threats of Warrior. But also that's very dependent if the Warrior draws into the 4 kings into the mid-range answers at the right time. So Flame Elemental are gonna come out now. That's an 8/5 And I am
Oh, big game hunter. You just killed your own fire elemental there.
Oh my gosh, what
Right.
a lucky top deck from iambiscuit. That could have been the turning point, I think.
I think we also need to understand that the warrior has got a lot of answers for big stuff. They have got like big game hunter, like you can see here, as well as shield slam, execute. That's 4 removals as well. And oh my god, Harry Jones gonna go to town here. Oh man,
6 cards.
it's gonna trade this any day, all day. I think he might just not use it now. He might silence it just so he can Harry Jones.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, he's gonna silence there, and so
And
he
that's
draws.
actually, that's not even a bad silence. That's a silence on the
That's a
spell
legend
totem.
silence. Yep. Oh, but his hand is full. If he doesn't use a single card next, he might just get milled. I think he's gonna get milled next turn.
I think it's worth it. He got Sylvanas. He got he got his second execute. He got shield block.
Okay. Gonna just kill that. Alright, good stuff. But he does waste 1 shield slam and 1 silence on just allowing him to draw so many cards and maintaining card lead. We talked about Warrior having its worst nightmare being the fact that they run out of steam without sufficient card draw mechanic. But look at this performance here. 6 cards, no problem. I think this game, once again, is reaffirmed by the fact that it's got so much card. Warrior, he's gonna be very comfortable playing this game right now.
Very, very comfortable, and he has some defense in the form of Sludge Belcher that can bait out a Hex. And once you waste the Hex on something like a Sludge Belcher, stuff like Sylvanas and Grommash are going to be very, very big problems down the line. And man, so much value from that Harrison Jones that Doomhammer got put in the museum for 6 cards. Crazy. That is crazy.
Right. And I think that you will not want to hex the Sludge Belcher. You might want to Earth Shock it rather than hex it. With also that Azure Drake there, I think that's a very possible play. But I'm just really happy, man. Biscuit is so far ahead.
Yep, that's right. And talking about Earth Shock on the Sludge Belcher, that actually, like you said, it works in the favor of iambiscuit, because then he has Acolyte of Pain and Armor Smith free to come onto the board and not get Earth Shocked if he decides to waste it on the Sludge Belcher. So, like you said, as you've been predicting, lots of threats. And okay, so iambiscuit is running a tech card in Icera. Not really one of the 4 kings, but you know,
Yep.
not a tiny dragon by any means. That is still a 4/12.
It's just one of those cards that you know are not part of the main lineup for this Control Warrior deck, but it's also viable. So once you see that card, you're like, okay, I use 1 hex, and instantaneously you know you're down to maybe 1 more hex for Grommash, and then Ragnaros comes out and your whole day is like completely screwed and all. Unless you play Sylvanas, but we all know Shaman, they don't really run Sylvanas, so that's just my take on that. And Execute just killing those Drakes. I think Biscuit knows for sure that ChongGEr don't have big minions. The biggest being the Fire Elemental. Next in line would be those Drakes, and maybe even the Argent Commander, even if they play those stuff, and maybe Alucard, but using Execute and Shield Slam so easily, I think it's still alright for him.
Yep. And yeah, when he plays Icera, he's gonna get a card instantly, and all of them are pretty good. If he gets something like a Nightmare or Dream or Icera's Awakening, all of those will work in his favor. So he's gonna get really good value from Icera. And just looking at ChongGER's, since his Hunter got banned, and he decided to play Shaman, do you think Mage or Warlock would have been a better matchup against Warrior?
I think if he knew that his opponent is playing Warrior, definitely I would say that Warlock would have a chance.
Yeah.
Warlock would have a pretty good chance against that because they all play quite well into the late game. Your Drakes, Twilight Drakes can get quite big, and the Warrior don't really know how to deal with them because if he shield slams those, you have the 4 Giants plus 2 extra from Faceless, and and I think that's actually pretty sick on the part of ChongGEr. If you play some of the more modern Headlock decks that includes Jeraxes, that would still be very, very well played, I think. Here comes Ysera, and it's just there to get hexed.
There's Nightmare. That's the final burst with Grommash. That could that effectively ends it.
Yep.
He just needs 2 damage from something else, and then that's it.
He just needs to play Grommash, shield slam Grommash, plays the Nightmare.
Oh yes, that's right, absolutely.
And that's one pissed off Orc. charging in your face, taking down Thrall. Man, they
I
go
wonder
way
if
back.
they're gonna be updating Hearthstone with the events of Warlords of Draenor. Like, is
I doubt
Grandmash
so.
suddenly gonna be brown?
I doubt so, but yeah, I think still, I would love them green.
You know, yeah, green orcs are pretty iconic. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty iconic. Although I do love the brown orcs. I love the story of the orcs actually. But anyway, back to the game. iambiscuit, total dominance on his board. I can't see ChongGEr having many options outside of. Yeah, I don't think there are very many options left. Knowing with us knowing that there's a Grommash Shield Slam and Nightmare coming. Yeah,
He doesn't even need Grommash.
he doesn't even need Grommash. You're right. I think that is it.
Of
First
shock.
shot, not gonna do anything.
It's only gonna tickle a little bit.
Although it did kill it.
And Lightning Storm as well. Hopefully top rolls on the 5-5. Only to find a very pissed off Grommash from behind. And yes, he gets top roll across the entire board. But there
Here
we
we go. Blam. Very angry orc. Not even gonna go with the Nightmare BM. So
Right. I
game
give
one goes
that I give
iambiscuit.
that BM a 3/10.
Yes. Could have been a 7 with Nightmare, but you know, that's
It would have been a 10 with the Sarah attacking. Then, you know, you have Grommash doing his business there.
That would have been
But
a
of course, that's a very good match, don't you think?
Yes. It just demonstrated what we were just talking about at the start of it, where the threats of Warrior were just too much. And also, I have to point out, ChongGEr didn't really get a good footing once his elemental got taken out in the early game. It just kind of ruined his tempo. I think he was expecting it. He could grow it with a Feral Spirit and snowball that into something for the mid range, but unfortunately, just wasn't worked out.
Right. So here we go. Game 2 in the grand finals. And it's still going to be the Warrior coming up from iambiscuit, looking like it's the same deck. And for ChongGEr, opting to go with the Mage deck instead of the Warlock deck. So this tells us about quite a fair bit of things here on his Mage deck. It could be a Secrets Mage, and I'm seeing 2 Kirin Tor Mage. So it looks like it is that kind of variation. Not really sure what he runs in that list. But definitely you would like to see some form of resistance, up against this Warrior deck.
Yeah. So very strong choice from iambiscuit to start with Warrior. We were saying at the start of the tournament that not very many weaknesses per se for Control Warrior. It's just such a solid deck. The fact that everybody's running it right now, in tournaments especially, it just has so much value. So Harrison Jones going to be a dead card at the moment in this matchup. And pretty crappy cards right now for iambiscuit. What's ChongGEr's hand looking like?
Pretty alright. He's actually got a pretty okay curve with the Undertaker into Loot Hoarder, into Kirin Tor Mage, and hopefully he draws a secret meanwhile. But yeah, it's gonna be armor up for Biscuit and back to ChongGEr, who really don't have much of a play here except to play the Loot Hoarder to buff up the Undertaker. And he might want to coin out the Mana Worm. Yep, okay, so Mana Worm first, coin, Loot Hoarder, establish a very good, stable, aggressive board, which Biscuit has got no answers for.
2/3s are pretty strong. I mean, turn 2/3 is pretty stable. Acolyte of Pain is going to come down. If ChongGEr has another Death Rattle, that's just going to easily get taken out by or even a spell. Arcane Missiles, please. So he can get rid of the... Oh, sorry, not Arcane Missile, sorry. Something else.
Yep, he doesn't have anything, so
Okay.
he's gonna play Kirin Tor Mage and just gonna go to face, controlling the Warrior very well in the early part of this game. Yeah, Cruel Taskmaster, maximizing damage and draw from the AOP.
What can you say about iambiscuit's hand right now? Looks pretty crappy.
Yeah,
Very,
it's
very
completely.
crappy.
It's just shit so far. And
So he's
I
going to
think
try
that
and remedy that.
yeah, for sure, he's gonna draw more, and I think he's gonna draw 2 cards. Oh, pretty good AOP once again. 3/2 here. Would like to take down the 4/3 for sure, and just probably armor up.
So turn 5 could potentially be like a depending on what happens here, could be a shield block. Into AOP. Okay. Draw for ChongGEr. Water Elemental now coming down for ChongGEr.
Right. He
So pretty
decides to
strong.
not. He decides to not buff up his Undertaker further, despite having drawn a loot hoarder, which is interesting.
I don't think there's any drawback from buffing up an Undertaker.
I think on the flip side, the main reason why he chose to go with the Water Elemental is because he wants to lock Iron Biscuit up, not allowing him to use any of his weapons to deal with the 2-3 or with the Water Elemental, which is why I think it's actually a pretty legit play. It's pretty good actually. Here, playing Sludge Belcher buffs the Undertaker, which is fantastic. Undertaker can take out a 1-3 pretty easily, so completely no draw value here for Iron Biscuit. And Lower Thap is going to be drawn as well. 1-4 is going to give a little bit of an armor, but there we go, locking up the warrior in ice almost immediately here.
So I am liking this matchup. So ChongGEr has full board control at the moment, and the answers from iambiscuit just aren't coming. I mean, Loatheb is a good stopgap. I mean, it's going to stop him from casting any spells. But how do you like ChongGEr's board? I think that's a pretty solid board.
Yep, and I'm thinking that here he can actually play Sylvanas Windrunner, just so that, you know, it threatens to steal the Armor Smith, and Biscuit will have to put off further threats on the board. And I think it's pretty alright in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the fact that he's using the Water Elemental to keep freezing out Grommash, just because... Garrosh, just because weapons are such... are huge, pretty much, for Warrior. And, you know, I mean, despite the fact that iambiscuit is not drawing into a single one, it's still a good plan, in case he does. Okay, so he's going to go with your play. Sylvanas coming onto the board now for ChongGEr, still continuing to dominate the board, still at full health, 30. And good defense in the form of Sludge Belcher, and I don't see any answers from iambiscuit just yet. There's a weapon, but he can't use it, so it's just as I was talking about.
Right, here, shield block, pray for a good card, Death's Bite, oh damn.
Oh man. Unable to use his weapons. Water Elemental so good against Warrior.
Right, right. Here, I think it's actually pretty possible for him to steal the Armor Smith. He needs to be very careful because there is also Sylvanas here on iambiscuit's hand, or rather in iambiscuit's hand. And in all, I just think that so far ChongGEr is doing a really good job controlling the board. Might be a Flame Strike next turn.
Yep, completely agree. He has a great control of the board and a lot of options still. Do you think he's going to go for the Armor Smith? Is that a good...
No, he's just going to Flame Strike here and go for face.
Right.
A Fireball and end a game, right? That's good as well.
Yeah. And that is it.
Seems like it's going to be one apiece between both Malaysian grand finalists here, ChongGEr and iambiscuit. Still very close games to come. And
Yep.
you thought iambiscuit's going to win this easy. Seems like ChongGEr still has got a bit of fight left in it.
See, my Huffer has some bacon to settle. So we are going to see a nice series, I think.
Right, I agree. It will be a nice series. I still think that there is always that Mali goes,
I'd love to
rogue
see it.
deck from ChongGEr that could just win games easily. It still is gonna be up to him to try and take down this mage, and it seems like he's gonna opt for a mage mirror matchup.
So again, with any mirror matchup, as we were talking about earlier, whoever gets the most value from the board clears, whoever gets the card advantage, and who can stabilize first with having answers in hand is, of course, going to be gonna take it. So looks to be a freeze mage. Good to see this again. It's going to be a classic freeze mage ice block into finisher. How do you feel about this deck versus something like the secrets mage? Wow. That's a sucky draw, but at least he has arcane intellect.
Yep.
What's the hand of ChongGEr looking like?
ChongGEr's hand looks pretty confused. There is the Flame Strike and the Blizzard there.
Okay. Doomsayer.
Oh, Doomsayer from Biscuit. This is interesting now.
And it's gonna be Ping Wars.
Yep. Straight up, I throw a fireball at you, you throw a fireball at me.
Archmage Antonidas coming now for iambiscuit.
Yeah, I think this is actually a deck built around Archmage Antonidas. For ChongGEr's deck, I think it's actually pretty fair to say that that's the same deck. Looks the same to me. And Ice Barrier gonna be played here. Seems like it's gonna be a ping fest on the AOP.
Yeah. So I guess iambiscuit confident in his draw, not using up Arcane Intellect first. At the moment, ChongGEr is gonna see if he can improve on his hand by pinging his Acolyte of Pain. Ice Barrier coming out now for iambiscuit. And that brings them up to 36. So lots of area freeze, AoE freeze from iambiscuit, and not many targets yet.
He's actually gonna play Doomsayer.
Which of course is not gonna give ChongGEr any draw. But before then, I think he's gonna squeeze out one last ping from it.
Yeah, and this will tilt the board for iambiscuit. It's just that he actually had to waste a Doomsayer so early on.
Yeah. He might be familiar with this deck though. Although he did see that ChongGEr was able to stabilize with a control on the board. Maybe he could have saved the Doomsayer for that. I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's a duplicate.
That would suck.
Oh. Nope, it's not.
Nope, it's not.
And Biscuit here, I think this is just a very standard spells mage deck with pretty standard stuff, freeze and all. Then Frost Nova, double Frost Nova, Flame Strike, and then an Archmage comes out of nowhere. Maybe there's some giants in his deck as well, but pretty standard stuff from iambiscuit. I'm more interested in ChongGEr's mage deck.
Yeah. So it looks like iambiscuit is running a slight variation on RDU's old Freeze Mage. So you have your Doomsayers and your Frost Novas to buy yourself some time and finish it off with Archmage. So at the moment, what is going on? Was that a misclick?
Okay.
Oh, he didn't want to fill his hand. Okay. Well, then again, Freeze Mage doesn't generally run many minions. It's reliant on its spells. It's reliant on its ability to control its opponent's minions. So
they're just blowing Frost Novas off empty board, grand final style. Yeah, they're just blowing it out. Yeah, twice already. One from each player. Playing very smart here, digging deeper into the deck, hoping that they get the right cards soon. Looks like it's a mirror deck, in fact. There's also Archmage Antonidas for ChongGEr.
Could it be that these two, are running the same deck and was expecting the opponent to run the same? Because I think ChongGEr has changed decks, hasn't he?
Yep. This is definitely not a Secrets Mage deck.
Yeah. So, who wins in a deck like this? How do you finish? Whoever gets down Antonidas first?
I think whoever's Antonidas stays alive.
Yeah. Of course, coin being saved very carefully for iambiscuit. That's a free fireball, pretty much. Wow, look at this wastage.
Wow.
all the warriors and the shaman and the silence are like, you're wasting your spells. What are you doing? And of course, it's not that relevant in this kind of matchup. But
Uh-oh.
Not enough mana to ping itself for more
Counting the amount of cards. Guys, this is the hand mage. Who are we kidding? Hand mage for sure.
So, how do we... Not much for us to say unless somebody starts to make a move.
Casting an empty board is fine. It's perfect. There's no minions on both sides, guys.
So okay, what is the setup if one of them decides to play Antonidas? What is the setup after that? How do you protect your Antonidas?
You play duplicate.
Is there anybody? We don't know the secrets of ChongGEr, right? I'm
no.
sure one of those is duplicate.
Yep, sure as well.
Oh wait, but if this is a freeze mage, that could be ice block, ice barrier, counter spell maybe.
Yeah, definitely ice block, ice barrier.
Huh. So
Frustrating, right?
I don't know what to say. Not much for us to say. We're gonna see some rope burn soon, and we're gonna see more Frost Novas get thrown out for no reason.
We're gonna see 10 cards in both players' hand, and they're just refusing to play anything that can help them advance the position right now. They're just drawing cards. See who gets fatigued first.
Acolyte of Pain. Here we go. We got some action. Look at that Acolyte of Pain. And rope burn is over. Oh gosh, fireball now coming for.
Oh, you really want to Cone of Core that? Oh, he's actually gonna mill ChongGEr. Very smart from Biscuit.
Here comes Doomsayer now. Not gonna give ChongGEr any more cards. Hand is too full. Well, then again, Mad Scientist not gonna give him too many things because already 2 secrets are in play. Right. And yeah,
he just drew back-to-back Mad Scientist, so losing one is still fine. He still has the other one. I think here playing the AOP was a big mistake on his part. Now he's ping. Not. Now the problem here is that he's not able to play anything else in his hand, and he's gonna lose one more card next turn. Because if he plays any minion, it's dead. Yeah, if he plays any minion, it's dead. So I guess here is where you just get completely outwitted and maybe just waste some more spells. I don't know, man.
This is unprecedented. This is the first time we've had a freeze mage versus freeze mage like this, I think, in recent history. Oh man.
Oh man, he's just choosing which card should, or rather has the least value. He's gonna use Cone of Coal, which is okay. They have decided that both sides will not have much minions. Therefore, Cone of Coal, Frost Nova, not really needed. But he just don't want to get milled anymore.
Yep. But those are 2 very, still a lot of cards in both of those decks. Not much you can do. Oh my gosh. Guys, please don't rope burn us every turn. Play something. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in the hand of iambiscuit, so he's not completely stacked. He needs a way to be able to draw out those secrets. But not much to say, I guess.
I think they are just waiting for that full combo, that Ice Bolt, Ice Lance into a fireball position. Probably call it a day after that.
So he's counting his cards.
Yep, if he plays AOP, the same thing can happen to him. But the Cone of Coal was wasted there coming out from ChongGEr, which is why it's okay. I think that using Flame Strike on an empty board, guys, Legends Tournament, and I was expecting to see this at rank 20, not at Legend rank. Not even at the grand finals of that. But seems like
grand
this is just
finals. Okay, here we go. Action. Wow. And no more Doomsayers from iambiscuit.
Oh, his very own Alexstrasza. He's gonna play Archmage Antonidas. And I think that, yeah, he's actually gonna have the space for 2 Frostbolt, but no Ice Lance.
Here we go.
And 1 coin.
Archmage coming out. Fireball number 1 is gonna take out Alexstrasza. Pretty good. So what is the answer for Antonidas?
You don't have an answer there. I think you really just don't have an answer. And this is where it starts to go a little bit off. He might have to Fireball plus Ping and Tinnitus just to kill it off.
Yeah. In this edition of Predict What the Freeze Mage Will Do Against the Freeze Mage, we're gonna Fireball and Ping, I think, is the answer.
In this edition of Starestone.
Starestone. In this edition of Use Flame Strike on an empty board. Okay, he's gonna go with your play. Fireball into Ping. Goodbye, Antonitis.
I don't really like that because he wastes one Fireball, but he has got his very own Antonitis, so he is fine with losing one Fireball. It's gonna be a lot worse for him if Antonitis is still alive at the end of that turn.
Yes. Very true.
Oh man, he needs to count his cards properly. And I think it's gonna be an empty board Blizzard. Okay, no, it's Mad Scientist for sure. Mad Scientist is good. Good start. We're getting somewhere now.
Here comes Icelands.
Oh man, Alex Straza says hi.
Alex Straza.
Alright. Okay, this is definitely a Spells Freeze Mage. And pretty clear that they're running Ice Bolt, Ice Lands.
Oh boy. In this exciting second match.
Snores off.
I mean, so for the chat room, what do you guys think of this match? Have you ever encountered this on the ladder, and how did you do? My prediction, my personal prediction, the mage is gonna win.
Yep, the mage is gonna win for sure. Here I think I play Antonitis and Frost Nova. Yep.
Yep.
It's time to milk on that extra mulas, and hopefully you get more Fireball. You can cycle them through. Fireball, Fireball, Frostball, Ice Lands, Fireball, Fireball. So what even if he has Ice Block, he's just gonna die. Right? Frost Nova is good. Antonitis into Frost Nova. My play. And the rope.
Agree.
And
I
it
just wanna
is.
see more minions on the board, please.
I
let's
wonder if they can hear me. Antonitis and Frostbolt, not Frost Nova. Okay, that's fair. That goes to the face. Not really want to care about Alexstrasza. Interesting.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think that was a mistake. He should have frozen Alexstrasza.
Uh-oh. Misplay. Costing him $150, maybe.
Is it? Go for the face. See if it's ice barrier, and then use just see what the secrets are. I think just attack and see what the secrets are.
One ice block, one ice barrier. But now it's pretty clear he's gonna run the Alexstrasza into the Archmage. Big problem there.
Unless it's mirror. Oh no, it's not mirror entity.
Okay, gonna try and go for the kill.
He's just gonna ice lands.
Oh, I think it's ice block.
That's ice block.
Yep.
Yes, that's one.
And kill
What's
off
the
the
second
Antonitis.
secret though?
Ice barrier. He's not gonna proc that. You will not
Right.
proc ice barrier if you use spells.
Right,
it only
right,
procs if you attack with your minions or weapon. Really bad decision here from ChongGEr. Now I think he is in a lot of trouble because there is no more ice block for him.
Isn't that a second ice block? Isn't that potentially a second ice block?
Oh yeah, he just played that. Okay.
So he
Second
may
ice block.
survive. May survive.
Keyword
Definitely
being
has
may.
to ping off the 8-1.
Yep.
Fireball number 1. Fireball number 2.
Frostbolt,
no,
Ice
Frostbolt.
Lands, I think. Frostbolt, Ice Lands, and Ice Lands.
And ping. For the BM. This is a 4 out of 10 BM. And that is ice block.
Right. Both players have got Ice Block. So, Biscuit's gonna play Ice Block.
Ice barrier.
No, it's not gonna matter. Gonna ping. Gonna Fireball. And it's
It's Ice Block again.
Right, so if you do the math, you know that Biscuit will win this
Yes, that's right.
because of the amount of Ice Block that he has.
And also Frostbolt Ice Lance. Even if he... Well, there's no way for him to prevent it, so... So iambiscuit is going to take this. There's no
Right.
way for ChongGEr to win this round. And
Fireball.
unfortunately...
Ice Block. Sorry.
Only thing that can kill him now is fatigue, and unfortunately, with the way that happened, that's not gonna happen.
What a game. Really, guys, what a game.
We might need to check on the stream. Somebody's calling picnic.
Yep, there was a bit of a picnic, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's just reloading because the stream's up for 5-6 hours.
Yep. So it is now 2-0 in... Oh, sorry. It's 2-1, isn't it?
Now it's 2-1. Yes, 2-1 in favor for Biscuit.
Yes, 2-1 in favor of Biscuit. So this is match point for Biscuit. And ChongGEr is down to his Warlock. Is he going to risk Zoo against the Freeze Mage?
It might not be a Freeze Mage. It could go back to... Okay, it's a Freeze
No,
Mage.
it's the same one.
Okay, if it's Zoo, it's not gonna really work
It's
out
going to
well.
lose. If it's Zoo, it's going to lose.
But it's Zoo. It is Zoo. And Biscuit needs to know that he needs to keep the Frost Nova.
He needs to keep the Frost Nova. Or at least
Throws
get a
it away.
Doomsayer. Flame Strike. Okay. I mean, that's a chance. That's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
One solid Flame Strike is all he needs. And that's going to be enough tempo for him to take the game.
Right.
So he must know that this is Zoo now. With early Void Walker. And if he didn't then he will know now. Flame him.
Flame him. Yep.
Easy target for... sorry, he's not going to ping it yet. And let's see if ChongGEr can manage to fill his board before iambiscuit is able to stabilize and get one of his Frost Novas or clear it out. Frost Nova.
Oh,
what do
wow.
you know? What do you know?
Yep. Not like he's gonna play it though. I think he's just gonna ping that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would play that
of
as
course.
well. Good stuff. No real need for Frost Nova right now.
That's right.
So here we have Harvest Golem being played by ChongGEr. Still no Undertaker, no Death Rattle minions there, except for both the Nerubinic as well as the Harvest Golem.
Yep.
And the second
comes
Scientist.
second
Gets
Mad
the Ice
Scientist.
Block for free. Good stuff. I think that actually the Freeze Mage might just win this. Two very lucky back-to-back draws. Mad Scientist and
then-
Mad Scientist.
All he just needs to do is make it to turn 7 and he can control it easy.
Yep. You can fry those zoo minions easily.
And ChongGEr has to be aware. He can't overplay minions because there's Doomsayer, there's Frost Nova, of course there's Flame Strike. So many removal options for iambiscuit. So he has to play this smart and he has to draw out all of the removals for iambiscuit. So Babael, what do you think about this match?
I think the Freeze Mage has got this under control.
Yeah. There's just so much control in his hand, as you said. And ChongGEr is just gonna try putting down more minions. Here comes Archmage. He's gonna do the same play from earlier. Mad Scientist into ping. And I think that's it. Gonna play Antonidas just for the extra card draw, just in case.
You mean the Blood Mage Stalnos?
Blood Mage, sorry.
Yeah.
They look
alright.
so alike. I mean, they're just like...
No. How about no?
I
Just
kidding,
no.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
Okay,
So
Knife Juggler. Because, I mean, it's hard for ChongGEr to gain any sort of foothold because we know Flame Strike is just gonna wreck him. It's just, look at this. It's freebie wreck from, freebie hashtag wreck from that Flame Strike. He's just one turn away, and this is pretty much, board clear. So let's see what card he gets from Blood Mage, and it's gonna be Blizzard, even better. He can save his Frost Nova, he can save his Flame Strike. Blizzard is gonna do its job.
right, there we go. Not
Here
on an
comes the
empty
Blizzards.
board. Yep. Okay, maybe not. Just wanna get some more secrets first. And there we go, Flame Strike. Very good. It will clear
Blizzard.
everything. Oh yeah, sorry, turn 6, right?
Yep.
Blizzard next turn.
Ice
Yeah, it's
Lance.
not. I think that he might actually just Frost Nova and ignore. Okay, no, he's just gonna do that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a big a deal. If you Frost Nova there, I think he can actually ping, maybe ping the 4-2. I think it doesn't matter because next turn he can Flame Strike everything as well. Oh well.
So Undertaker coming out very late. Did not wake up in time for his job. And, well, then again, the Spider was late also. Ice Bear gonna come out now for iambiscuit. Gonna bring him back up to 20 effective health, 18 now with that damage. And of course, there is still Ice Block in play. Frost Nova, yes. I like that.
Into Ice Barrier, please.
Into Ice Barrier.
Oh no, Loot Hoarder.
Oh, into Leeroy?
Okay.
Okay.
Pings his
And
own Loot
it's-
Hoarder. Just kidding, just kidding. Relax, guys, relax. He's afraid that the Undertaker snowballs out of control, which explains the ping here.
Shout outs to the chat who is seeing the epic second match right now.
Oh, crazy. Did you see the Frost Nova, the misclick? Oh man. It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
And yeah, ChongGEr is on a locked out board at the moment. Not really getting any traction, and iambiscuit, of course, still has Ice Barrier and a second Ice Block in the waiting. And he already has his combo for Archmage into spells. So it's now just a waiting game pretty much. Oh gosh, look at this Flame Strike value. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, flames. Oh, he can also Doomsayer.
No
But
point.
he
No
doesn't
point.
have any
No
freeze.
point. Yeah, Flame Strike. Just Flame Strike here. Yeah, good stuff.
Cha-ching, value, Flame Strike, goodbye board. And for the card draw, why not? Ice
Yep.
Lance.
Still in a very good spot.
Still in a decent spot. I mean, ChongGEr still has a fair bit of health. He has more health. Okay, here comes the second Undertaker. Can he follow it up with something? Haunted Creeper. Okay, pretty decent.
ChongGEr having to re-establish the board for the third time.
Oh man, what an uphill climb. This is such a painful matchup. If you're Zoo, I mean, despite having,
so far.
so far, you are in the lead, but at any moment, oh my gosh, look at this Cone of Cold into Doomsayer. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Okay. Rack. Ping the 1-2, please. Oh, just ping the 2-2, maybe? I don't know. Ping face.
In the face.
Works as well. I think iambiscuit is just counting the cash already. He's just feeling it in the hands, just knowing it's
So
somewhere.
just to reiterate, that's 300 Singapore dollars.
Oh
Not a
man.
small amount of change. That's a nice dinner for tomorrow.
Wow.
And you know,
$300. All of that in
And
the
the
card
Doom-
pack.
the Doomsayer is just like, I knew it, and then he's got $300. Oh my gosh! Here
But
we
lower
go.
tap though. Lower tap. 8 more health. Back to the beginning once again.
He's
Maybe.
gonna Ice Lance into Doomsayer. Do it.
Really?
Do it. Ice Lance into Doomsayer.
I think
It's
so.
enough. Ice Lance into Doomsayer. Here we go. I knew it. The end is coming.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Let's just hope he doesn't get something like a Doom Guard to clear the Doomsayer.
But then there's Ice Block still. There's not enough.
Yeah, but does he have lethal? I don't think so, right?
Not lethal yet, but it's gonna clear out ChongGEr's board, and Archmage is gonna come out with Ice Lance, and stuff will happen.
And it is a Flame Imp. Tap.
No, don't flame him. No.
And it looks like it's an Urbanic. Okay, it's an Urbanic. I can see like the cards flying in, the animation, like maybe like 0.5 centimeters kind of a vision.
Here we go.
Just barely looking at the side of the
The
card.
end is coming.
Well, the egg is gonna have some value at least, right?
Yes, that's right. But that's easily Ice Lanced. I gotta say it. I want to say it. Come on, let's go.
What
ChongGEr
do
end
we do
turn.
here?
I want to say it. Yeah. So here comes the rope. Edge of your seat. Oh, he's gonna
Oh.
go for Doomsayer. Is it gonna be enough? Oh,
Yeah.
no, it is. It is enough. All right.
Because the egg buffed up the Undertaker. That's why it's enough.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Second
the
Ice
end has been postponed, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have Antonidas coming out quickly. Probably just gonna Ice Lance the 5/5 once again. Gonna ping the face, and it gets 2 Fireball. It's over. It's got 2 Ice Block in the hand as well. As in 1 Ice Block in play, 1 Ice Block in the hand. Zoo is so frustrating. I'm like, oh man, we're just gonna win this game. Yay, we buffed up the Undertaker, took down the Doomsayer, but
Yeah. There's
just
just,
not
I mean, Cone of Cold, you have Blizzard, you have Frost Novas, plural, you have Ice Block. It's just, I mean, even if you have the perfect curve, and then you have Doomsayers, I mean, come on. It's just such an uphill climb for Zoo. It's really hard. I mean, even, I think Handlock might also have some difficulty, because you can just keep on freezing the Giants. You can't remove them, though, but... how would you have felt Handlock in this matchup versus Freeze Mage? Instead
still
of...
as bad, still as bad. Which is why I think ChongGEr knows that decides to keep it to the end. Hunter would have done very well against Freeze Mage, in my opinion. For Warlocks, generally they just auto-concede because Doomsayer kills you, your Giant's not gonna work, they're just gonna sleep
You're
through the
right.
winter, and there's just no way Warlock can win it. It really boils down to the fact that ChongGEr misplayed a bit, just a little bit, in the second game. If he didn't misplay back there, I think he might not be in such a position, but here comes double Fireball!
Oh my gosh. Alex Straza with a second Ice Block in hand. And ChongGEr concedes, and that is it. iambiscuit is your Legends 3 Season 5 champion. Congratulations, Malaysia. Congratulations, iambiscuit.
Yep, congratulations for iambiscuit. He walks away with 300 Singapore dollars. That's a lot of money
Nom,
for
nom, nom,
all
nom.
those cutbacks. And I think he's just questioning ChongGEr now. Why did you go Zoo? Asking him to go Handlock, which would definitely have a chance up
Yeah.
against this deck, right? Because at least Flame Strike's not going to kill those stuff. But I still doubt it because all of your Giants just going to sleep. and yeah, I think it really is going to be quite hard for Handlock to win. No matter what, that said, really heartfelt congratulations to iambiscuit. He walks away with 300 Singapore dollars. And not too bad, not too shabby for ChongGEr. He walks away with 150 Singapore dollars as well. And in third place, it seems like we have results also coming up from that side of this tournament. Waiting Moon wins Stairs 3-0. So Waiting Moon will walk away with 100 Singapore dollars, and Stairs will win a consolation prize of 50 Singapore dollars for coming in the fourth place. Right, so that's it. Your casters today, that's me, Babael, as well as Katips. Hope you guys enjoy our cast and enjoy the show. It really is our pleasure to be casting on the HearthstoneSEA channel. Hope you guys like that. And if you do, follow us on our individual Facebook pages. The link will be dropped in the chat, as well as EGTV's Facebook page for producing the show. And also, yeah, we're gonna be back again next month for more Legends action. And next month it's gonna be Legends 4. It will be the last Saturday of the month, and we will also have September's Legends player going in for next month, and that would be Season 6. So in case you guys are wondering, Season 6 is last month, and yeah, so that's it. It's still not too late to climb to Legends if you want to take part in the December Legends tournament. You can do so by qualifying this month, and by getting the Legends rank. Just play ladder enough and just grind hard enough, you might get there someday, and maybe one day we'll see you flamestrike an empty board once again. But that's it. Katips, shoutouts please.
Yes, congratulations to iambiscuit. Shout out to the Malaysian community and to the Philippine community as well. We took it this time for all 4 places to Malaysia and to the Philippines. Shout outs to you, of course, Babael and EGTV for hosting this tournament. Shout outs to Hearthstone Southeast Asia and to Blizzard, of course, for providing us this tournament every month to recognize the region's best players. And thank you as well. We had a very lively chat today. Lots of the Malaysian supporters also to come to support their countrymen. So nice to see. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. I had a load of fun. That was really nice to see. Flamestrike on an empty board. Remember, hashtag Flamestrike empty board. So thank you for joining us. I have been Katips, and this has been Legend Season 3.
Right, shout out to my family and girlfriend for insane support. I'm actually a little bit sick today, which explains that the voice is trembling a little bit, cracking halfway through the cast. Hope you guys still enjoy that. And I'm gonna be going live on Garena HearthstoneSEA, I think, for some Heroes of New Earth action. Just can't get enough of Hearthstone, it seems, but yeah. So do follow me there if you're a huge fan of Hon. If not, it's still fine. Hope to see you guys again next. I think it's gonna be next month for the next Hearthstone cast. And right, so do support EGTV, and thank you so much for tuning in today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Babael. With me is Katips. Have a great weekend, and see you guys again next time. Goodbye.